Hello, hello, it's Bree with BS in the Afternoon on Hits 105.5, and I've got Crystal with me from Reptigirl Reptiles. Crystal, how are you doing?
I am doing fantastic.
So, Crystal has a friend with her today, and I was super excited and a little scared. Thought I might pee my pants, but I didn't, so we're good. What kind of snake do you have with you today?
Today I have Miss Pythor. She is a spider morph ball python.
Okay. And she just like letting me hold her.
Oh, yeah.
Just like crawling around me and just having fun.
Absolutely. Ball pythons are very, very docile, and especially if you get to handle them every single day, you can wrap them around your neck and carry them like a necklace.
Yeah, and that's what I thought she was doing to me. And then I was like, oh no, is she strangling me? And you're like, no, she won't do that.
No.
And why won't she do that?
Because ball pythons will not strangle or even remotely try to strangle anything that they don't, or anything that they know that they cannot ingest. Okay. So, because they only get a certain length, like even in the wild, they only get about 6 foot long at max. So they know that they're only able to take in like a medium-sized rodent or even like a little baby chick.
Okay.
But we're going to be talking about blood pythons today.
Blood pythons.
Yeah.
And so, what is a blood python?
A blood python is basically just a dwarf regular python with a bad attitude.
Okay.
So they are the second smallest of the Southeastern Asia. Let me rephrase that. Southeast Asian pythons. So a ball python is the smallest Southeast Asian python, and the blood python is the second smallest with the length of about 6 to 8 foot long.
Okay.
So a blood python, depending on which type you get, so there's Malaysian blood pythons and there's Indonesian blood pythons. The Malaysian blood pythons are the known aggressive ones. Ooh. So they are very, very aggressive. That's what I have. And that's why he is not here with us today.
Thank goodness for that.
They strike at almost anything.
Oh, that's scary. Why would you have one if they are striking at things?
Because I wanted the challenge.
Okay. All right. That's fair. You're an expert.
Yeah. And it's so cool because they're frowned upon. So there's not very many people that have blood pythons. As far as I know, I'm literally the only one in Shelby County that owns one. Okay. And that being said, it's because of the aggression and stuff. And then, like, the older they get, the more docile they get. So, because it's the joys of having a large breed snake without having a large breed snake.
Oh, okay.
So, they get anywhere between 6 to 10 foot long. I think the longest one recorded was 10 foot long. And they can get upwards of 50 to 100 pounds.
Oh, wow.
So, they'll be about the length of a ball python, if not just a little bit bigger, but they're going to be really, really, really heavy. They're heavy-bodied pythons. And the cool part about them is when they strike, they don't strike like a regular snake does. Like a regular snake will strike just forward or it'll strike off to the side. A blood python can go in all directions, including straight up, and then they can bring their bodies up and strike straight back. So they can strike stuff that's directly behind them.
Oh, that's scary.
It is.
That's even more scary.
Yes, and their blood, they're called blood pythons. One, because, you know, when they bite, they do draw blood.
Yeah.
But mainly because of their color. So when they're younger, they're more like a rust-looking color and brown, or like a rust color and tan, except for like these new morphs that are being created and stuff. You got all sorts of colors. Okay. But your typical normal blood python is going to be a rustic color with a little bit of tan on it. And then the older they get and the bigger they get, excuse me, sorry. The older they get and the bigger they get, that is where the blood color comes in. So they'll end up being like a real bright, vibrant red and tan.
Oh, that's pretty.
It is. It is so pretty.
And where are they native to?
They are native to Southeast Asia. Okay. So,
yeah,
like,
you said that.
The Malaysian area, the Indonesian area, I think Thailand's thrown in there also and stuff like that. And they're actually, a long time ago, they was actually gathered for their skin, because their skin, with the color of it being, can, you know, change into any color that you want to make it. But it's also really good for, unfortunately, boots and purses and stuff. So they was very highly hunted for that specific reason.
Okay. They're not extinct or anything.
No, they're not extinct.
Not extinct, but what is that? An endangered animal?
Nope, they're not an endangered animal,
That's good.
especially with all the breeding and stuff that's going on now. The breeding with the blood pythons started in about the mid to late 90s because, like I said, of their aggression. People were afraid to get them and start breeding them, thinking they're breeding aggressive snakes.
Yeah.
But like I said, the bigger they get, the more docile they get. Like when I first got mine, I wasn't able to handle him at all. He bit me probably 50, 60 times altogether.
Oh, no.
But now that he's probably about 4.5, 5 foot long, and he's a little chunky, and I can get in his enclosure and grab him out barehanded now. I mean, he still strikes, but he's a little bit slower.
Well, that's good. So, before we get off of here, you just told me that you got bit by a snake 50 to 60 times?
Yeah.
What's a snake bite feel like?
In all honesty, obviously the bigger the snake, the harder they're going to bite. So my blood python has about 1.5 to 2 inch long teeth right now. And so that one hurts a little bit. I mean, it's not as bad as, like a dog bite or anything like that. But if you get bit by like a ball python or a corn snake, it literally feels like a cat scratch.
Oh.
It's the initial strike that's what scares you.
Yeah, that's scary.
But like my retic, I do not want to get bit by him. He's got like 3 inch long teeth.
Oh no! Would you have to get stitches for something like that? Like
Most likely, yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
especially if
that's
you
horrifying.
like when you go to take it off. So like if you get bit by any snake, their teeth curve backwards. So to get a snake off, you would want to push your whatever they have in their mouth. You have to push into their mouth further to get your like arm or finger out.
Oh, that's horrifying.
But yeah, there are some instances where you would want to seek medical attention because they carry bacteria and they carry salmonella in their saliva and stuff. So you definitely want to get that checked out.
Oh, very interesting. Thank you for coming on the show. I absolutely love this, and I love that I got to hold a snake today. I'm going to post this on Facebook. People are going to be like, why does your face look like that? It's because I was terrified, okay, everyone? I was terrified.
Yep, Miss Pythor is the one that started the entire collection. She's about 4 years old now, and she's about 5 foot long.
Yeah, that's awesome. She's pretty. She's got like those, I don't know how to explain it. They're like long spots. Long spots. They're not spots, but they're long.
They're like zigzag lines.
Yes, zigzag lines. They're very pretty, and she's just like chilling, hanging out with us today in the studio, loving her life. You're giving her kisses on the nose, and she's just like, hey, everybody.
Yep.
That's awesome. Before we go, I forgot. There is a show this weekend.
Yes, at the Piqua Mall. Well, the Piqua Center. The old Piqua Mall. Midwest Exotic Animal Expo is going to be in Piqua, Ohio this weekend at the Piqua Center, which was formerly the Piqua Mall at 987 East Ash Street. And I think we're going to be there from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. So come on down and check us out. And then after you come to the show, you can head on over to the Liquid Lounge, which is also in Piqua and one of our sponsors, and catch a vibe.
That's awesome. I am definitely going to be checking it out this weekend. But I got to control myself because I always want to buy something while I'm there.
Do it.
I know you're like, do it.
Just do it.
How many reptiles do you have again?
I have my personal collection. I have 30, but technically right now I have 36 animals at my house because I'm babysitting some snakes.
Okay, yeah. See, I can't turn into that. I don't have enough room in my house for that many animals.
I don't either. They've got their own bedroom.
Yeah, you've got an extra bedroom for them. That's amazing. All right. Well, thank you for being on the show, Crystal. And
Absolutely.
I will see you next week. And if you can have some time to check out the Reptigirl Reptiles and the Midwest Exotic Animal Expo this weekend at the Piqua Center, you should do it. It's at 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And you have a star. Who's the star?
The star is Chelsea Connor. She is a female MMA fighter.
Yeah, that sounds super cool. So I'm going to go take some pictures with her.
Yep.
All right, we'll be back on BS in the afternoon right after this.